Wow, that was so beautiful! Yeah, what up, G? Yeah, I just finished it. Leave it to Adventure Time to make such a beautiful mini-series. Wait, the album on Spotify says what? So Fionna and Cake just wrapped up its, apparently, first season with the episodes Casper Nova and Cheers. 2 episodes that managed to wrap up Fionna, Cake, and Simon's internal and external conflicts so well that I'm kinda shocked this seems to only be the beginning. Max and various outlets have referred to these 10 episodes as Season 1, alongside calling this week's pair of episodes the Season 1 finale. And once the episodes went live at midnight, the official album was released on streaming, which is also labeled Season 1. So I don't think there's much room to deny that Max wants a Season 2. And with how Adventure Time has absolutely dominated social media the past month, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for it. Once again, Adventure Time may have become the flagship animated series for a network, or a streaming service in this case. But what the hell would Season 2 even be about? Slice of life adventures in Fionnaworld? Honestly, I'd love that. I want to see more of this cast dealing with mundane adult problems. And while I think that could be a part of this hypothetical second season, there's enough unresolved plot threads to whip up another 10-episode arc. We had a tease of characters such as Cosmic Owl and Barton being on Scarab's list. I definitely want to know what's going on there. Not to mention, who is Prismo's boss? They've evaded us once again. But if this is a long-running series, it makes sense they want to hold out on that reveal for a bit. Although I'm completely fine with never seeing Prismo's boss. Not everything needs to be explained. There's Fionna and Cake normalifying things all over the multiverse, such as the Hot Dog Guard,
Hot Dog Night number 7,
the Winter King's Crown, and Bemo's corpse. Now this doesn't really need to be explained. It's pretty obvious that this is a result of Fionnaworld being stripped of its own magic. So when people from Fionnaworld interact with things, they turn normal. But Prismo could still bring in Fionna and Cake to fix them in another season. There's also the question of if these glitches could still happen now that Fionnaworld has been canonized. Sure, they're now a part of the multiverse, but aside from Cake and their multi-dimensional homies, they still don't have magic. I think a deeper look at what their world being canonized means would fit a Season 2 pretty well. Something else introduced in the final moments of the season is Prismo himself glitching. I assume this is just because he broke his arm getting out of Scarab's cube, but some fans think this might indicate that Jake Prismo is finally waking up. I'm not sure about that one, but I do think glitching Prismo opens the door for some fun storytelling. Maybe his wish-granting powers start to get screwed up, creating universes that are absolutely
nuts.
Another mystery introduced in the finale is the state of Gold Betty. After getting closure of Simon and sending him back home, she began to glow and seemingly disappear from Golb's domain. What happened to her? Well, the post-credit scenes may have given us a hint, showing a yellow-green cube and a red triangle morphing into an apple with a bow on it. This could represent a few things. It could be Prismo and Scarab's mended relationship. That cube does look a lot like the Time Room. It could be a tribute to the late Polly Lou Livingston, who voiced Tree Trunks. And of course, it could be Golb. According to My Name's Not Dahlia on Tumblr, another fan deciphered Betty's next bus stop, and it translates to Comet, meaning Gold Betty has become a catalyst comet and is on track to reincarnate. Some people even think this butterfly on Simon is Betty, given how the pattern on its wings resemble Betty's eyeliner. Either way, this apple imagery has been associated with Betty for some time, so it checks out that this represents her taking on a new form. There's also the most divisive part of the finale, Finn's kid, Little Destiny, and Baby Finn staying in Fionnaworld. This seemed to catch a lot of people off guard, if not straight up piss them off. Is it unnecessary and a little wild for Finn's kid to abandon all of his siblings to live in a different universe with his girlfriend? Absolutely. But I kinda feel for the two. Like they said, at least Fionnaworld has working toilets. But on that note, I could easily see Fionna and Cake having to get them back to their home universe in a second season. Fionna applying what she learned to Finn's kid and Little Destiny, showing them how their homeworld may seem like trash, but rest be assured, it could always be much worse. And sorry to everyone who had their fingers crossed for Baby Finn to grow up as a vampire slayer, but to be fair, that world seemed like it was beyond saving anyways, and he would just grow up in a world without any of his friends alive, so I feel like it's for the best. But maybe a Season 2 could prove me wrong. And I don't think Farmworld Finn is dead. Let's just stop that line of thinking right now. Skirb wasn't even on a murder spree until like the last episode, people. If anything, he would have egged Finn. But considering he didn't pop up when all those bad boys were being freed, I think it's safe to say he's at home, wondering where the heck one of his kids went. Another potential hook for Season 2 comes with Simon's therapy session, telling Minerva that he's been thinking about moving. But where? Well, if the Adventure Time crew decides to continue Simon's story, him migrating to Fionnaworld just makes too much sense. It's like perfect for him here. Last but not least is something that technically isn't a loose end, but has been living in my head rent-free. And that's the idea of Fionnaworld's own Lich. Right now, we can assume that if the Lich existed in this world prior to Simon reverting back to normal, he'd currently be pretty weak and lack any real power. But with how high concept Adventure Time can be, who's to say that Fionnaworld getting canonized didn't retroactively cause a Lich hand to get dropped in? Not to mention the human banana guards were talking about a Jerry in HR.
You know Jerry from HR?
While this convo was mirrored in OO during Simon's walk, we can't ignore that in another world, Jerry was an alias for the Lich, and we never got confirmation if this was just BMO giving him a random name. Either way, they could easily reveal that Jerry from HR is indeed Fiona's Lich, plotting to restore magic and cause the extinction of all life in another world, making him the main antagonist of the second season. Though now we know the reward waiting for him ain't all it's cracked up to be. With all this said, I think there's two ways that Season 2 could go down, both of which are a little Loki-ish.
Kiss each other!
The first being more adventures across the multiverse, with Prismo recruiting Fionna and Cake to fix anomalies in other worlds. Kinda like how he recruited Finn and Jake in Crossover. Some anomalies are their doing, some are Prismo's doing, and others may be the work of a new threat. It'd also be sick if Gary and Marshall Lee tagged along for the ride, with Prismo giving them temporary power-ups, mainly so we can finally see Vampire Marshall with his locks. The finale just gave us a fucked up tease of it. The second option would be to switch the gimmick from multiverse to time travel shenanigans, something the last two episodes kinda set up with Simon taking over Shermie's mind. Let's see Fionna and Cake travel all over the time stream, past, present, and future, correcting various timelines, so universes like the vampire world aren't totally doomed. With the current multiverse craze going on in entertainment, it'd be nice if they were able to break away from it without sacrificing this cast of characters. I guess we'll have to wait for Max to announce the second season, maybe at Comic-Con, maybe at next year's Upfront. But for now, we just have to wait. And while we're waiting, I'd love to know what you guys think. How'd you feel about Fionna and Cake's finale? And do you want to see Season 2? If so, what are your ideas for the next season? Let us know in the comments down below, and keep the conversation going at AwestruckVox over on Twitter and Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!